Hi everybody, it's me, your principal, Miss Van Housen. We all miss you so much at school and wish you were with us, but we have to all stay home safe and not spread germs to everybody, so we're going through a weird time, and you know how much reading is important to me. It's important to me you read, and get better and better at it. And so the only thing I can do, that I can think to do, is read aloud with you. So I'll read to you a little bit every day, okay? And just help keep you connected to Elliott Ranch, to your elementary school where we love you and miss you. So I picked a book for us to start today. This book, and it's not going to be perfect for everybody, I know, because you may have already read it, or maybe you haven't. I don't know, but it's one of my daughter's absolute favorite books. She read it so many times. So that's the first one I picked, was one of her favorites. And this book is called The Tale of Despereaux. See the gold? That means it's a Newbery Award winner. This is the author, Kate DiCamillo. She's written a lot of really good books. The Tale of Despereaux. This is the fancy character name of this little doggy. Wait, it's not a dog? What is it? Oh, it's a kitty cat. Oh, no? Oh, it's a little mouse. The Tale of Despereaux, this little mouse. So we're going to go ahead and get started. There's this little start to the book right in here, and it's just beautiful. It says, "The world is dark, and light is precious. Come closer, dear reader. You must trust me. I am telling you a story." Isn't that beautiful? Book the first, A Mouse is Born. And I wish I could read with you like I always did with my daughter, where I read a page, she read a page, I read a page, she read a page. But I'm here and you're there. I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it and read aloud. So get cozy. Okay, everybody ready? For The Tale of Despereaux. Chapter 1, The Last One. This story begins within the walls of a castle, with the birth of a mouse, a small mouse, the last mouse born to his parents and the only one of his litter to be born alive. "Where are my babies?" said the exhausted mother when the ordeal was through. "Show to me my babies." The father mouse held the one little mouse up high. "This is only the one. There's only this one," he said. "The others are dead." "Mon Dieu, just the one mouse baby?" "Just the one." "Will you name him?" "All that work for nothing," said the mother. She sighed. "It is so sad. It is such the disappointment." She was a French mouse who had arrived at the castle long ago in the luggage of a French diplomat. Disappointment was one of her favorite words. She used it often. "Will you name him?" repeated the father. "Will I name him? Will I name him? Of course I will name him, but he will only die like the others. Oh, so sad. Oh, such the tragedy." The mother mouse held a handkerchief to her nose and then waved it in front of her face. She sniffed. "I will name him. Yes, I will name this mouse Despereaux. For all the sadness, for the many despairs in this place. Now, where is my mirror?" Her father handed her a small shard of mirror. The mouse mother, whose name was Antoinette, looked at her reflection and gasped aloud. "Toulouse," she said to one of her sons, "get for me my makeup bag. My eyes are a fright." While Antoinette touched up her eye makeup, the mouse father put Despereaux down on a bed made of blanket scraps. The April sun, weak but determined, shone through a castle in the window, and from there squeezed itself through a small hole in the wall and placed one golden finger on the little mouse. The other older mice children gathered around to stare at Despereaux. His ears are too big, said his sister Merlot, for those are the biggest ears I've ever seen. Look, said a brother named Furlough, his eyes are open. Pa, his eyes are open. They shouldn't be open already. It is true. Despereaux's eyes should not have been open, but they were. He was staring at the sun reflecting off his mother's mirror. The light was shining onto the ceiling in an oval of brilliance, and he was smiling up at the light. There's something wrong with him, said the father. Leave him alone. Despereaux's brothers and sisters stepped back, away from the new mouse. This is the last, proclaimed Antoinette from her bed. I will have no more mice babies. They are such the disappointment. They are hard on my beauty. They ruin for me my looks. This is the last one. No more. The last one, said the father, and he'll be dead soon. He can't live, not with his eyes open like that. But reader, he did live. This is his story. Now this book is really cool because it has little pencil drawings all the way through. Here is a little drawing. See, look, who's that? The little baby. The little baby Despereaux. There's his mother with the mirror and the other brothers and sisters looking at him, right? Despereaux's eyes should not have been open. Uh-oh, I dropped my chess pieces with my big sweater. Looks like I dropped one. Okay, that was chapter 1. Should I keep going? A little more? Okay. Chapter 2, such a disappointment. This story is starting out so sad, isn't it? Poor little Despereaux. Okay, Despereaux Tilling, chapter 2. I'm going to go ahead and read it. Despereaux Tilling, that was his last name, I guess, lived. But his existence was cause for much speculation in the mouse community. He's the smallest mouse I've ever seen, said his Aunt Florence. It's ridiculous. No mouse has ever been this small, not even a Tilling. She looked at Despereaux through narrowed eyes, as if she expected him to disappear entirely. No mouse, she said, ever. Despereaux, his tail wrapped around his feet, stared back at her. Those are some big ears he's got too, observed his Uncle Alfred. They look more like donkey ears, if you ask me. They are obscenely large ears, said his Aunt Florence. Despereaux wiggled his ears. His Aunt Florence gasped. They say he was born with eyes open, whispered Uncle Alfred. Despereaux stared hard at his uncle. Impossible, said Aunt Florence. No mouse, no matter how small or obscenely large-eared, is ever born with his eyes open. It simply isn't done. His pa, Lester, says he's not well, said Uncle Alfred. Despereaux sneezed. Choo! He said nothing in defense of himself. How could he? Everything his aunt and uncle said was true. He was ridiculously small. His ears were obscenely large. He had been born with his eyes open. And he was sickly. He coughed and sneezed so often that he carried a handkerchief in one paw at all times. He ran temperatures. He fainted at loud noises. Most alarming of all, he showed no interest in the things a mouse should show interest in. He did not think constantly of food. He was not intent on tracking down every crumb. While his larger, older siblings ate, Despereaux stood with his head cocked to one side, holding very still. Do you hear that sweet, sweet sound? He said. I hear the sound of cake crumbs falling out of people's mouths and hitting the floor, said his brother Toulouse. That's what I hear. No, said Despereaux. It's something else. It sounds like, honey. You might have big ears, said Toulouse, but they're not attached right to your brain. You don't hear honey, you smell honey. When there's honey to smell, which there isn't. Son, barked Despereaux's father. Snap to it. Get your head out of the clouds and hunt for crumbs. Please, said his mother, look for the crumbs. Eat them to make your mama happy. You are such the skinny mouse. You are a disappointment to your mama. Sorry, said Despereaux. He lowered his head and sniffed the castle floor. But reader, he was not smelling. He was listening with his big ears to the sweet sound that no other mouse seemed to hear. That was the end of chapter 2. We're moving right through this story, aren't we? So we have a little mouse named Despereaux, which means sadness. But he's special, right? He has the big ears. What else does he have? Yeah, he seems to have a sweet heart, I think. And he was born with his eyes closed, different than any other mouse. Quite often our heroes are different than everybody else, right? In stories. So we'll see. I think I'm going to end there today. We started our new story. I'm going to read a couple more chapters next time. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great Tuesday of learning.